That's Hamilton Hunter. Okay, the next one's Weigand Construction, and it looks fairly substantial, but it's not as substantial as it shows, because one of the items that we're doing is, and it was for quicker turnaround, all our public utilities, be it AEP, Verizon, Comcast, NIPSCO, they will not proceed a lot of times unless they have the check up front. And so Weigand has been issuing the checks for this, and it really wasn't in our contract to do that, but it was more expedient to do it. And the original budget was $391,676. I have a copy, and I can give you all copies of this. But we're just basically putting that into Weigand's contract, and we're writing those checks just so we can get those out to the utilities quicker. Now, NIPSCO, we have gone over, if you look at the breakdown behind there, we had to add additional gas main down Ewing Street, basically move it from the east side of Ewing to the west side. That was $22,000. Do you see the sheet behind the change order? That's what I'm going down. The first item was the 391 public utilities. Then there's two NIPSCO items there with the main relocation over at Ewing, and then the gas line over at Douglas and Webster was not part of their original budget either, so we're recouping that. The CM allowance reimbursements, this is just where different items that we had in our allowances originally, and we've either gone over, or like the first item, our geotechnical engineer did the groundwater analysis before we designed our lift station. So we tracked that cost, and basically we paid them up front, and then we're just getting reimbursed for it. We added some more parking. Greg, you might help me there. Basically, it's another parking lease for, I think, some of the Lincoln National people, the DOM lease, and that was worth $12,000 over the term.
We Lincoln only asked for as many parking spaces as they needed, up to the 511 that we tore up. And as they added employees to their employee roles, we needed to find them additional spaces, and at least for a short period of time, surrounding available lots. And that's what those got done. And all those leases will come to an end as soon as January rolls around and the parking deck is open for the Lincoln employees to park in.
Again, just to simply state it, I know we're in a lot of minutiae here, but these are things that Greg and I have budgets for. We just, at the beginning of the game, had not anticipated that Weigand would be actually cutting the checks. But so this is in essence, again, it's merely an accounting piece. But Weigand's sort of stepped up and said, in order to keep it moving, they'll just go ahead and take care of it short term.
And we don't have to go down through all of them. Do you have questions on the rest of the allowances or anything?
Question. Can you tell me how much hardball has put into it already?
How much hardball?
Yeah, ballpark.
Sure. We as of today, have cut a check for approximately $375,000 as the down payment for the scoreboard. We've also cut a check for approximately $100,000 for the kitchen equipment. We have another, we're going to be buying a growth blanket to cover the new grass that you see. That'll cost approximately $12,000, and we'll be buying that in the next couple of days probably.
I've read about that. Is that something you'll use every year during the winter to protect the field?
It's sort of to be seen. It's important in the first year simply because we're allowing the root zone to grow deep into the soil beneath. Depending on the temperature, and if they're cold, hard winters, we want to use it. We're actually buying it. To buy new ones, a little over $20,000. We're actually buying a used one from another team that only used it 1 year. So we're trying to be creative in ways like that. And speaking to committed dollars, we have actually we have committed either under a signed contract, and I'll speak to FF&E in a second, but we've committed to $1.1 million in total to concessions equipment, a little over $800,000 in total to Norquist Signing. They're going to be the signage providers.
Is that 800,000 or 8,000?
800. The scoreboard's going to be approximately 1.5 million. The seating that we'll be installing is going to be 480, roughly 482,000. The stadium lighting that you see, actually, we're working on getting the first pole up literally as we speak. Yeah, that's $387,000. So the one sort of missing piece there is the furniture, fixtures, and equipment FF&E, and our budget there is $1.4 million for that. We have contracted with a purchasing agent and also an interior designer, basically a corporate interior designer, to help us select furniture for the suite level. Signed contracts for both the designer and the purchasing agent, which is built into that 1.7 million. And all told, I'll do the math for you, and that's $5,605,104. Of that, checks have been cut for 375 and another 100, and we expect a very large wave of checks to go out in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Can we vote on these? 82 through 2008-87.
I think we should read at least the titles of them into the record, so.
82 is change order for contract dewatering. 83 is change order for LA Electric. 84 is change order for plumbing. Excavating. 85 change order for Fort Wayne Roofing. 86 change order for Hamilton Hunter. 87 change order for Weigand Construction.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?